cautious before making your next tuna fish sandwich. Tri-Union Seafoods has voluntarily recalled some of its canned tuna products.
That can in your pantry, the one you open for a quick lunch, flake into your grandkids' sandwiches, trust as a clean protein after 50. Because it's lean, because it's healthy, because it's tuna. Except there's a very good chance what's inside isn't tuna. Not one bad batch, an entire industry. At scale, on shelves you shop every single week. Scientists ran DNA tests on cans pulled from American grocery stores and confirmed what the tuna industry has spent decades hiding. 7 brands investigated. Only 2 are what they claim. One paid a $100 million criminal fine. One hides soy in every can. Let's start with the worst. Number 1 on this list is Starkist. And if you have not checked your pantry yet, this is the moment. That yellow and blue can with Charlie the tuna smiling at you. Starkist is the best-selling canned tuna in America and has held that position for decades. 60 years of American kitchens, 60 years of lunchboxes, pasta casseroles, and Saturday afternoon tuna melts. That kind of longevity earns the deepest kind of brand trust, the kind built into habit and memory. But in 2019, something happened that most Americans never heard about because it received almost no mainstream coverage. Starkist pleaded guilty to a federal criminal charge for participating in a price-fixing conspiracy, part of a sweeping Department of Justice investigation into the entire American canned tuna industry. They paid a $100 million criminal fine. $100 million. That number tells you how much money was flowing through this industry, while consumers had no idea the game was rigged against them at every grocery store in the country. But the criminal conviction is not the only thing hiding in a Starkist can. Open one right now, picture it. That pale, almost gray compressed mush pressed into the tin. That texture is not what premium tuna looks like, and it is not what you are paying for. What you are getting in the standard Starkist Chunk Light variety is skipjack tuna mixed with vegetable broth, water, and pyrophosphate, a chemical binder that compresses the paste and helps the product hit the legal minimum weight threshold on the label. Separate class action lawsuits following the criminal probe allege that Starkist had routinely underfilled cans for years, meaning the printed weight was not what consumers were actually receiving. Starkist settled those suits for pennies on the dollar and kept selling. For anyone eating canned tuna as their daily lean protein, watching cholesterol, managing weight, or simply trying to build a cleaner diet past 50, that vegetable broth bulking each can means you are consistently getting less actual fish and more industrial filler with every meal you think you are doing right. Mercury in Chunk Light runs lower than albacore, but accumulation is not zero with daily exposure, and the health math compounds quietly over months. A $100 million criminal fine. Charlie never mentioned it on the label. Starkist was not alone in that price-fixing scheme. The next brand was convicted right alongside them, and what they have been putting inside the can goes further than the conspiracy. At number 2, Bumblebee. Yellow label. Familiar Bees, a brand that has been in American grocery stores for over a century. What it actually is today, a company that, in 2017, agreed to pay $25 million for its role in the same price-fixing conspiracy that resulted in a criminal guilty plea from Starkist. The CEO of Bumblebee was personally charged with a federal crime for conspiring to fix prices and rip off every American who buys canned tuna. The man at the top of the company sealing your grocery staple into cans was convicted of scheming against the people buying those cans. But criminal history aside, let's talk about what is physically in the tin right now. Peel back a Bumblebee Chunk Light lid and take a breath before you drain the liquid. That sharp, slightly metallic ammonia edge smell. That is what happens when lower-grade skipjack sits in a high-sodium brine bath for months in a temperature-controlled warehouse. The sodium in standard Bumblebee varieties runs over 320 milligrams per serving, and there are 2 servings per can. That is more than 640 milligrams of sodium in what you thought was a clean, lean protein. For anyone managing blood pressure, anyone taking diuretics or ACE inhibitors, or adults actively working to reduce cardiovascular risk, that sodium load is working against your treatment plan every time you pop that lid. The high brine content also masks what happens when you actually look at the fish, a mashed, paste-like consistency with almost no visible flake structure. Real, high-quality tuna holds together in firm, separate pieces you can pull apart with a fork. What you find in Bumblebee is what happens when lower-grade fish, broken trim pieces, and industrial liquid are combined to meet a minimum drained weight on paper. You think you are eating a lean superfood. You are eating a sodium vehicle with fish particles suspended in it. A federal criminal conviction. Still stocked on your shelf? Still charging you full price for it. If a brand with a convicted CEO cannot be trusted, surely the single largest tuna company on Earth, with all its industrial resources, is doing things right. It is not doing anything.